A very good morning to all the students. This is Veena teacher. We are in the chapter Reproduction in Organisms. In the previous class, we have seen the various stages of the sexual reproduction in the living organisms. In today's class, we're going to talk about the events in sexual reproduction. The events in sexual reproduction can be broadly categorized into three categories. The first is pre-fertilization events in which gametogenesis and gamete transfer occurs. The second stage is a very important stage called fertilization, and the third stage is called post fertilization events in which zygote formation and embryogenesis is seen. Now let us discuss the first stage, that is pre-fertilization stage. In the pre-fertilization stage, the gametes are formed and the formation of male and female gametes is called gametogenesis. Here you can see a chart in which the diploid chromosomal number and the haploid chromosomal number of the various organism is displayed. Now children, all these organisms are mentioned in your ISS syllabus. You will get to write these numbers either in diploid state or haploid state in examination paper. So all of you please be careful with the list, and then you have to remember how many myocyte chromosomes are present, that is diploid chromosomal number is there in each of these organisms, and how many haploid number of chromosomes are present in each of these organisms. Now let us start with the first organism, that is human being. As all of you know, human being has in the myocyte 46 number of chromosomes and in the gamete 23 number of chromosomes. Housefly 12 and 6, rat 42 and 21, dog 78 and 39, cat 38 and 19, elephant 28 and 14, fruit fly, the myocyte number is 8 and gamete is 4. Butterfly, it can range anywhere between 20 to 268. So the gametes also, they vary according to the number of myocytes. Onion 32 and 16, maize 20 and 10, apple 34 and 17. Couple of years ago in the examination paper, there was one mark question in which the myocyte of Drosophila or fruit fly was asked. So children, this list is very important. All of you please keep this in mind. The next step is gamete transfer. So in the case of a gamete transfer, the transfer of the gamete takes place from one organism to other organism that would result in the fertilization process. Now here the male gamete is motile and the female gamete is stationary in most of the organisms. In few fungi and algae, both the types of gametes are motile. The medium of gamete transfer is usually water in most of the organisms. So to compensate the loss of male gametes during the transport, the number of male gametes that is produced is more in number than the female gametes. Bisexual self-fertilizing plants like peas transfer of pollen grains to the stigma is relatively easy as anthers and stigma are located close to each other. So the pollination takes place in which the transfer of pollen from one flower or one plant to other plant takes place. And in the animal, there is a special mechanism for the gamete transfer. So here, after the transfer of gametes, it results in the fertilization. That is, the fusion of male and female gamete is called syngamy or fertilization. The fertilization can happen in two methods. One is external fertilization and second is internal fertilization. When the fertilization occurs outside the body of organism, it is called external fertilization. In majority of algae, fish and amphibians, external fertilization occurs. These organisms release large number of male and female gametes into the water to enhance the chances of fertilization. In this case, organisms may or may not make a physical contact, but the two must shed their gametes at the same time and in the same place in large numbers so that the process of fertilization takes place. Coming to the internal fertilization, when the egg and the male gamete fuse inside the body of female, this process is called internal fertilization. In many terrestrial organisms including fungi, reptiles, birds, mammals, etc., and in the majority of plants like bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms, internal fertilization takes place. In this case, the male gamete is motile and has to reach the egg in order to fuse with it. Though the number of sperms produced is very large, there is reduction in the number of eggs produced. So here, this kind of fertilization is called internal fertilization. Now, after the process of fertilization, let us see to the post-fertilization events. So, after the process of fertilization, the zygote is formed. That is, fusion of gametes results in the formation of zygote. You know that the gametes are haploid and the zygote is diploid. In external fertilization, zygote forms outside the body, whereas in internal fertilization, it takes place inside the female body. Zygote is a vital link between two successive generations. It is a hybrid as it carries genome of two different individuals. And the chromosomal number in zygote is always diploid. Now, after the zygote formation has taken place, it leads to the next step called embryogenesis. That is, the formation of embryo is called zygote. How the embryo is formed? The embryo is formed because the zygote undergoes mitotic division and cell differentiation. In animals, it takes place in female body. Why? Because the fertilization has taken place in the female body and the zygote formation has also occurred in the female body. So it is but natural that the embryogenesis also continues in the female body. There are two kinds of organisms. One is oviparous and second one is viviparous. Oviparous animals lay eggs. Reptiles and birds are oviparous animals. Their fertilized eggs are covered by the hard shell and are laid at safe place. After the incubation period, young ones hatch out. Now coming to the viviparous animals give birth to the young ones. Most mammals, including humans, are viviparous. The zygote develops into young one inside the body of the female. So here, in the case of plant, the zygote forms embryo in the embryo sacs. Ovule forms seeds and ovary forms fruit. In the fruit, the seeds are present and the seeds disperse, and under favorable conditions, germination takes place, leads to the formation of the new plants. Now let us quickly see the difference between the asexual and sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction involves single organism, sexual reproduction involves two organisms. No gametes formation is seen in asexual, whereas male and female gametes are produced in sexual. There is no fusion of gametes in asexual, whereas fusion of gamete takes place in sexual reproduction. It requires only one mitotic division, whereas sexual reproduction requires meiotic division followed by the mitotic division. The offsprings that are formed after asexual reproduction are identical to the parent, and here the offsprings are unique. In the case, in this chance of genetic variation is only through random mutation. Otherwise, they are exactly similar and same as the parent. Here, there is a lot of possibility for the genetic variation. Asexual reproduction is not very useful for natural selection, whereas sexual reproduction is very useful for the natural selection because you can get the better varieties, better species of plants and animals. It occurs by budding, fragmentation and sporulation, and this occurs due to pollination and fertilization. Next, let us discuss the definition of parthenogenesis. Parthenogenesis may be defined as a form of reproduction in which new individuals develop from an ovum without the process of fertilization. Parthenogenesis is a type of asexual reproduction. It is seen in many animals. So, this is an asexual reproduction, and in this process only one organism is involved. Some of the lizards, they reproduce by this method. Let us summarize what we have seen in today's module. In today's module, we saw sexual reproduction, 3 stages or 3 events. In that we have seen pre-fertilization, fertilization and post-fertilization. We saw the difference between the asexual and sexual reproduction, and also we saw the definition of parthenogenesis. Thank you children. Stay home, stay safe. God bless you all.